Rise Commercial.
When it comes to representing yourself as a business owner in the marketplace, you don't have a clue, and you should stop right now. My name is Jimmy Shatara with Skyrise Commercial, and I want to talk about the top 3 things that every single business owner should know when working with a tenant rep to get you in the best light with the business owner leasing that space. So let's get into it. Number 1, very, very easy. It's foundational to your business. What does your business do? Who you guys are? How do you operate? It comes down to representing you in the marketplace. And the reason why you're trying to do this on your own and still getting no calls back from other brokers is very simple. You are not able to articulate what you do in business. So you have to be able to state what you do, who's involved, who are the partners. Do you have a board that you actually have to speak to when it comes to making business decisions? What exactly does your operation look like? Is this a small mom and pop type of restaurant? Are you a multi-unit franchise location in a regional or national geographic location? And everything in between. You might be just starting up, so you're a new business, but you have a big track record when it comes back to your background. You've been in the restaurant industry as a regional manager of a boutique restaurant brand for the past 10 years. You're trying to strike it out on your own. You have some other business partners that also have started restaurants. So this is just a niche example on how you're going to be able to represent yourself, and then I categorize this information and basically summarize this when I'm talking to the business owner that owns the building, the landlord, the professional investor. And I'm talking to the representative on the other side, so I want to make sure you are in the best light. So that is number 1 foundational items that we need to have when I talk to the landlord on your behalf. Number 2 is your financials. Have you had a business plan, and have you really talked to a CPA or a bookkeeper on how this property in this business is going to cash flow? So if you're a restaurant, I'm just giving that same example, you need to know what your cash flow is. So if you're a new restaurant, this is financial projections you've already created based upon your information and your background. But if this is an existing business, we're looking at business tax returns. And we want to look at your profit and loss statement and possibly your personal financial statement as well, looking at your assets. So we want to have the financial knowledge of who is going to be leasing this space. And again, I have to have that information. I have to have this when I'm talking to the landlord. So there's something called rent to revenue ratio. So what that means is the amount of money, the percentage of your revenue, what you're spending on rent. So government data will tell us that most business owners are going to be spending from 5 to 10% in their revenue for rental purposes. So let's say this business owner makes $1 million gross revenue and they want to spend $100,000 on rent. That's 10%, the rent to revenue ratio. And we are getting that information to the landlord, and they're going to approach it the way they're going to approach it. But again, these are generalities that typically you are a low risk if you're under this, let's say 10% threshold rent to revenue ratio. If you're trying to rent something for $400,000 or $300,000, that is high risk. We have to be, cognizant of, really be realistic in the fact that someone's not going to rent to you just because you have this business idea, this business dream, and you want to overextend yourself. This is going to be high risk to the landlord, and they're just not going to have it. So I want to have these conversations up front with you as your tenant rep when representing you in the marketplace. So that is number 2. Number 3 is, what are your cash reserves look like? Your operating capital. What type of dollars have you set aside to run this business? So going back to the restaurant example, if this is a new business, do you have substantial capital to start up this business? I'm not just talking about rent, I'm talking about how to build out this space, the construction. Are you able to pay your staff when you start up? Are you paying yourself as the owner, as the general manager? You have to have these dollars down, before you even approach me or approach any type of landlord. So this is extremely important. We are going to ask for bank statements. And again, this is going to be treated in a way that's going to be different for every single landlord. However, you need to have cash to start your business. Let's be real here. So again, 3 separate things that we put together to get you in the best light with the landlord. This is your business background, this is your financials, and also your operating capital. This is Jimmy Shatara with Skyrise Commercial, and I'll see you in the next one.